Local coverage you can count on continues with Josh Ayen's Sports Report. Sports coverage you can count on.
Around and around the Colts quarterback carousel goes. When will it stop? Well, who knows? The Colts are hoping it ends with Sam Ehlinger, who's been handed the keys to a sputtering offense.
The Flying Jets have soared past the competition all season, but Adams Central is going to have their toughest test today, taking on the top-ranked Indianapolis Lutheran. Now, this game is a rematch of last year's Class A state title game. Adams Central jumping out to an early 14-0 lead, but ultimately, the Flying Jets falling short in that one, losing 34-28. Without top scorer Jared Godfrey, the Mastodons showed plenty of scrappiness in their loss against number 22 Michigan. But head coach John Coffin says there's no moral victories, yet there's plenty to take away from Monday's opener. It's a new day and a new era for Tin Caps baseball as they kick off the 2022 campaign right here at Day Air Ballpark in Dayton. And to help break down what fans can expect from this season, I'm pleased to be joined alongside team broadcaster John Nolan. John, this is year number 7 for you. Does it ever get any old covering the team on opening day? Columbia City and Norwell are long overdue for a conference championship. In fact, the last time either of these teams won a conference crown, the Northeast 8 was then known as the Northeast Hoosier Conference. And joining me to preview your Highlight Zone game of the week is Josh Gerber, the head football coach for Norwell. Coach, obviously a big matchup tonight. How excited are you guys to compete for a conference crown? The packed Sport One Parkview Ice House was full of Comets fans and many of their favorite players, but the night was all about those two, former Comet Adam Lewis and his son Braden. Well, recently Braden was diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer. He also had to undergo emergency surgery to remove a malignant tumor back in June. While the Lewis family is going through these trying times, Comets past and present are stepping in to help.
It's going to require a deeper rotation of 9, maybe 10 guys, and perhaps Peterson can find a way to crack that rotation. Roberts nearly comes down with a steal. Dutton does. Roberts the other way. The windmill champ to go with it. Good grief, Anthony Roberts.
Perhaps no one has had a better view of St. Francis football's 25-year history than Joe Parson. A longtime play-by-play broadcaster, Parson hasn't missed a Cougars game since the program started in 1998. And for the last quarter century, Parson's voice has provided the soundtrack to the best moments in Cougars football.
This is Cougar Football on WGL News Radio 1250, 105.5 FM.
From all over the Midwest to Savannah, Tennessee, Daytona Beach, Florida, and Bishop Darcy Stadium, Joe Parson has been there for every single St. Francis football game. The longtime radio voice of the Cougars still remembers the program in its infancy and his first meeting with head coach Kevin Donnelly.
I'm walking in, I'm meeting Coach Donnelly, and I'm thinking, wow, what am I getting into? And he says, don't pay any attention to this. Look at the new stadium that is just finishing up, and that was the start of it.
Donnelly, the only head coach in St. Francis football history, knows the impact Parson has had on his program.
He's a great man, and he does a great job on the radio. And Cougar football would not be what it is today without Joe Parson.
Coach has got great charisma. He's got great rapport with the players. He's a taskmaster. He expects a lot, and sometimes trying to do your best, sometimes you're a little bit at odds with what he's thinking. It's like a marriage. I mean, you stick together through thick and thin.
Through the wins and losses, Parson has narrated the most iconic moments for St. Francis football.
But it's St. Francis with a return date to Daytona Beach, Florida in 2 weeks at 6 o'clock at Municipal Stadium. Final seconds ticking off the clock, and it's the Cougars still ranked #1 and still undefeated.
Sometimes somebody will come up to me and mention, didn't I hear you on a high school game at Fort Wayne Friday night? I got to be in the middle of Iowa by 1 o'clock local time for a kickoff. Have somehow, through the grace of God, managed to accomplish all that.
They've got Davis. Davis running him to the 30, 25, gets to the second level, inside the 10, spins inside the 5, dragging tacklers. Touchdown, live and save Davis. Wow, what a play.
Even with his decades of experience, Parson believes there's always room to grow as a broadcaster.
I know personally I've been here 25 years, but I've never felt I've ever done a great perfect play-by-play broadcast. There's always something a little bit different I could have done, should have done.
After 25 years, Parson understands his time as the voice of the Cougars won't last forever. In the meantime, he's enjoying every touchdown, celebration, and win while he is the man on the mic.
I think the good Lord will tell me when it's time to quit, or the athletic director or the football coach, and that's always a possibility at this level. We have our plans sometimes, and then God has his plans, and somehow, some way, I just feel I'm in the right place after all the mistakes I've made in my life, where I'm supposed to be.
Josh Ayen, WANE 15 Sports.